Hey, if you're thinking of moving to the Kansas City area and you want safe neighborhoods, top schools, loads of choices of house styles, and a historic city square, stay tuned because we're going to share with you everything you need to know to decide if Liberty, Missouri is the perfect place for you or not. This is Justin Berry at the Plains Paris Real Estate Team right here in Kansas City. If this is your first time to our channel and you literally want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, and playing in Kansas City, hit that button and ring that bell. That way you're notified every time we post a new video. Honestly, we get calls every week from people wanting to move to the Kansas City area, and we love it. So if you're thinking about moving to Kansas City, go ahead, give us a call, a text, an email, whatever you're comfortable with, and know that when it comes to moving to Kansas City, we've got your back. Today we're going to break down Liberty, Missouri for you and show you inside and out why this neighborhood is consistently one of the hottest places to live in the Kansas City area. Ranked top by Family Circle magazine and CNN as a great place to raise families, with lower than average home prices, high rated school district, and loads of amenities, it's no surprise many families choose Liberty to call home. Now you may not know, but Liberty is actually known for having great air quality. It might be because of all the trees. Liberty is designated a tree city by the National Arbor Day Foundation, so it's a beautiful place, especially in the spring and in the fall. So those are great reasons to consider living here, but I want to show you the reasons many people love living here. First off, it's the downtown square. The old part of the city is full of original buildings. Antebellum and Victorian homes are everywhere. Dating back to the 1830s, Liberty still has a historic jail where Joseph Smith was held. Jesse James robbed the bank right around the corner. Did you know that the old cowboy movies show bank holdups like they happened every day? But in reality, few daylight holdups were ever committed. Jesse James held the first daytime bank robbery ever right here. And there's actually a museum open daily where you can see what a bank in the Old West really looked like. The downtown square has really come alive the last decade or so. There are so many trendy things to try out. Cocktail bars, coffee shops, restaurants. Many small towns unfortunately have lost that downtown vibe, but Liberty has that Americana feel that many of the locals have fallen in love with. Many people choose to raise families in Liberty because of the schools. When we're moving locals, we often have buyers trying to get into specific elementary schools. I could not tell you which one is actually the best because, to be honest, every buyer seems to have a different preference. In truth, the school district is highly desired and you can't go wrong. Liberty North was recently built to handle the growth on the north and the west side of the city. So even with the new high school, it's really split 50-50 with our buyers on whether they want the new school or the older school, and the numbers don't lie. I also own an appraisal company, and when we're completing appraisals in these areas, we have not been able to determine a value preference for one school over the other, meaning a house in the new high school sells for about the same as homes in the older high school. You would normally expect to see a difference when a brand new high school is open, but it's just not the case here in Liberty. Liberty not only has that Americana feel in the downtown district, but most of the neighborhoods have beautiful tree-lined streets and gently rolling hills, making most of the neighborhoods feel like parks. In fact, the parks just seem to blend right into these communities. And they're a place you go to walk and relax, but not necessarily just to escape for the scenery like parks are in many other parts of the country. Now, when it comes to shopping and dining, you should know that Liberty is a destination. If you live on the north side of the city, Kearney, Cameron, or even Chillicothe, Liberty is where many of the folks go when they say they're going to the city. You can find just about any store here. Most chain restaurants and large retailers are located where I-35 and 152 highway meet. Of course, head towards the old downtown and you'll find more locally owned establishments. Now, I've yet to find the perfect place, and Liberty is no different. A huge complaint about Liberty has been traffic. However, in recent years, a few huge projects have been completed, including a reconfiguration of the 152 overpass, 291 overpass was widened considerably, and a byway was completed on the south end of the city that locals use to get around the main 152 bridge if it's at a busy time of the day, but usually crossing the 152 bridge isn't a big deal anymore, but it was at one time, so there's still a little stigma. Now, Liberty Parkway was recently completed on the south end of the city behind the city of Glen Eyre, which extends from I-35 all the way to 291. This has opened up a lot of farmland, which is expected to be developed and subdivided in the future as Kansas City continues to develop towards its city center. All right, to be technical, Liberty is located on the east side of I-35. Kansas City is located on the west. There really isn't an official name for this area because it's Kansas City, but since Kansas City is so huge, it's really not fair to call the area Kansas City. I call it CopLand. This is because for many years after this area was annexed by Kansas City, city employees who had to be residents of Kansas City chose to live here to have a Kansas City address and be part of the Liberty School District. That meant many of your neighbors, if you lived on this side of the bridge, would be cops or firefighters. So it really is one of the last places you'd want to be breaking into houses, and generally is a very safe place to live. When it comes to choices of homes, Liberty literally has about everything you could want in a suburb. Again, the downtown area is surrounded by 100 to 150-year-old homes, and you'll find the city gets newer and newer in rings as you move away from that city center. Some of my favorite neighborhoods include the mid-century modern ranches found all along Nashua Drive. If you know about Woodbury, it's a hidden circle of some of the highest quality homes in all of Liberty. Every once in a while, one comes on the market, and honestly, I think there are some incredible buys right here. It's one of my favorite hidden gems. If you head south and down the hill from Woodbury, you'll find Holly Lake. And these two are higher quality and what I think of as forever homes surrounding this lake called Holly Lake. There's also a gated community on the back side of the lake called Holly Lake Estates. That's another step up in quality. So moving south, you'll find some pockets of newer patio homes that are popular with downsizers, and then we'll move up into Camelot. When I was a kid, Camelot was the neighborhood you would go to for full-size candy bars at Halloween. It's still beautiful, and though I also love newer homes of this era, they're just impressive. There's lots of build-ins, lots of space, and they were the McMansions of the baby boomers, and they're just built well. Back then, builders would live in the neighborhood while they built, so there was a sense of honesty when you were building your neighbor's house and you had to meet eyes with them in the driveway. Now, the house I live in was the builder's house from the same era. The first floor has all the bells and whistles because the builder would meet buyers and neighbors right in the living and dining rooms. If you watch my videos, you know I geek out and I'm a sucker for history and those types of stories. If you look south of 291, you'll find a lot of development that came from 1995 to about 2008 before the crash. This side of Liberty has a much different feel and really appeals to people who need to travel to Independence, Lee Summit, or the east side of Kansas City. But now, with the Liberty Parkway Road open, it's also beginning to appeal more to those using I-35. Again, we expect this area to keep growing. If we cross the bridge, we enter into, again, what I call CopLand, and this is the area of Kansas City North that's part of the Liberty School District. Here you will find popular neighborhoods like CopperLeaf, which has a really specific character to it. I think of this neighborhood as having a very eloquent and refined style. Across the road, you'll find Woodneath Farms. And this neighborhood has its own feel, still high quality, but it's more classic with clean lines, simpler in terms of the design and aesthetics, but it definitely appeals to a different buyer by and large. Go just north and you'll find one of the most desired and largest developments in the area, Benson Place. There are different phases with many different price points. You'll often see someone move 2 or 3 times in the same subdivision as they move up or down in size, not wanting to leave the community because they love it so much. This neighborhood is very manicured and the neighbors are really out and about a lot. You'll see lots of hanging out between neighbors in the driveways, and that's really a lot of the appeal and why it's so sticky. People move here and they don't easily leave. Now there's some more upscale options near Shoal Creek and the golf course. We will find the Fairways here, which generally has 2 phase choices. One is made of homes built around 2000. They're often very large, high quality. Then there's a phase that's much newer and offers downsizers something high quality to downsize to. This is a subdivision I'm surprised most people aren't aware of. It's fairly quiet, but in terms of location, highway access is quick and easy. It makes my top list of places I would consider living. Heading out of the Fairways, you will see Shoal Creek Valley Preserve, which sits along the golf course. This is the only golf course subdivision of this type east of 435 and part of Liberty, unless you want to live way out in the country east of Liberty. Houses here are of the highest quality and are really jaw-dropping. Prices here recently run between $800,000 and $1.3 million. That sounds like a lot, but if you're looking at relocating from the coasts, these may appear to be more expensive, and that is in part a lot of the appeal to moving to a growing city like Kansas City, cashing out of a high-cost area and moving to a low-cost area, especially as corporations move more and more to remote work. Why not live in luxury at an affordable price? Now, hopefully this answered many of your questions on Liberty. Again, if you're thinking about relocating to Kansas City, just go ahead, give our team a call, text, and email, whatever you're comfortable with. We're here to make your transition as easy as possible. We've helped literally hundreds and hundreds of people just like you move to and in Kansas City. I myself have been in the industry as both a broker and appraiser for 20 years, and I'm here to share that experience with you so that you can find your perfect spot in our great city. Don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help. We want you to know that when it comes to moving to Kansas City, we've got your back.